Are you addicted to gaming? Probably not.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
As many of you probably know, this week the World Health Organization classified gaming disorder as a mental health disorder. But does this classification mean that gamers need to worry? Well, they seem to have beaten us to it, as over the last few days, Twitter has been filled with disgruntled gamers letting their followers know how big a mistake this classification is. Before anyone else gets their Cheeto-dusted pants in a wad, it might be worth looking at the actual classification and what constitutes a diagnosis. According to the document outlining the condition, ICD-11, gaming disorder is characterized by impaired control over gaming, gaming being prioritized over other activities, and continued escalation of gaming habits regardless of the negative impacts. But this isn't an entirely new classification. Whilst ICD-11 is the first of these documents to specifically separate out gaming disorder, the terminology is almost identical to the existing gambling disorder. But this isn't an entirely new classification. Whilst ICD-11 does specifically separate out gaming disorder, the terminology is almost identical to gambling disorder. Over the last few decades of gaming, we've seen several stories of players dying mid-game due to health complications linked to sedentary lifestyles. One such death occurred in an internet cafe in Taiwan where a corpse went unnoticed for 10 hours, as the man sleeping at his desk wasn't uncommon. It's obvious that these situations are extreme, but should you and I be worried about the distinction in ICD-11? Look, we've all thrown a controller. I generally have to aim for something soft as a full-time student, but we've all done it. Or we've all been late to something because we just had to finish off that last boss, and how many times have you seen the joke of, I can't pause an online game? But realistically, if you're one of the people that falls under this definition, you have bigger things to worry about than people coming to take away your Xbox. The description states that the behaviours described are normally evident for a year before your class is having a disorder, unless you exhibit all of the diagnostic requirements and the symptoms are classed as severe. Now, describing something severe is objective. Someone might think that rushing home from work to launch World of Warcraft is a severe symptom. To others, it might not be until you're trading your children to EA for loot boxes. The thing to remember is that no one is going to be dragging you off to the loony bin clutching a PS4 controller. This classification is in place to protect people who are legitimately suffering with a gaming addiction that's harming them or those around them. Also, ICD-11 doesn't come into effect until January 2022, which gives health professionals time to really consider what the new changes mean and how best to implement them. So, the next tweet you see from someone ready to sell their gaming rig or resign themselves to never touching a Joy-Con again, let them know that if that thought has crossed their mind, they probably aren't one of the people this change will affect. You made it to the end. If you enjoyed what I hope is the first of many videos, drop a like and let me know in the comments what you think about gaming disorder. If you want to see more of these videos in the future, subscribe to the channel and you'll get notifications of any new uploads.